So what is being personified here? Gave thee clothing of delight, softest clothing, woolly, bright.
It's
Sheep
giving, clothes joy, which is a human trait.
Right. It is also personifying the lamb as having clothing. But what does the lamb have on it?
Wool.
It has wool, right? But it's referring to wool as clothing, even though it's not. Gave thee such a tender voice. Pay attention to voice. You see again, giving it human characteristic, saying that it's speaking when it's really not. Making all the bells rejoice. Little lamb, who made thee? Dost thou know who made thee? Little lamb, I'll tell thee. Little lamb, I'll tell thee. He is called by thy name, for he calls himself a lamb. Who is he?
Jesus Christ.
Right. And so what is the lamb symbolizing? Same answer.
The good
Christ.
news.
Okay. Right. So he is meek and he is mild. He became a little child. I a child and thou a lamb. We are called by his name. Little lamb, God bless thee. Little lamb, God bless thee. There is so much more within this poem, but we are going to now read the tiger, and then if we have a few minutes, you all will start your questions, and we'll continue with those questions our next class. All right, page 721, just a page back. All right, so once again, just to hit it home, the lamb is representing Christ and the innocence and purity. Okay, so keep that in mind as we read the tiger. And after we read it, we're going to ask the same questions. Who's the speaker talking to? Who does the tiger represent? Because you can see the parallel that's taking place. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings did he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp, dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? So who is the poem addressed to?
Lucifer?
It is. It's addressed to the tiger who represents Lucifer or Satan. Right on. So there's a repetition at the beginning. What's that repetition? What word is being repeated?
Tiger.
Tiger, tiger. So this repetition creates sort of, it's like a chant-like mood. Can you all hear the difference already between the tone and the mood between the two different poems? So little lamb, who made thee? Tiger, tiger. Your voice sounds more gentle. And little lamb, the tiger, just the harshness of the tongue hitting those words. Can you hear it? So it says, tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What do you think Blake means when he says burning bright? Is the tiger on fire?
No, but
So it's probably a metaphor to what?
to pretty much his hunting style.
Okay, that's a possibility. What else?
To sin, I guess.
To sin. What color
Yeah.
is a tiger?
Orange.
Orange.
No.
Okay, so tiger, tiger, burning bright. Bright color. And orange, we associate that with fire. Okay, so there's a possibility. Could also be referring to the energy or power that the tiger has. Okay, unlike the lamb, tiger is fierce, big, and scary.
And also, the tiger is also a predator to the lamb.
Exactly. Good point. So, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? What does hand or eye symbolize? Once again, think in biblical terms. This references the Bible.
On the cross, right?
Do what?
Sorry, I was just thinking of his hands being nailed. My bad.
I mean, it is referring to God and referring to what?
I said, Terry's just like, no.
It's referring to sight and creation. Okay, so hand, God creating the world, and then the eye, the sight of God. And so, what immortal hand or eye? So, sight and creation. Also, the speaker, obviously, he's questioning, how, what being made you, referring to the tiger, but it's also attacking the unlimited power of God. And so he's questioning the ability of the Creator. Right? So what is his question? What do you think his question really means? In other words, a little lamb, who made thee? He says, tiger, did the same being that made the lamb make you? What does that mean? Think of the differences between the two.
Did you make good and evil?
Right. How could you make this being, this beast, and this powerful, scary creature, and you've made like this innocent, pure lamb? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? So in what distant deeps or skies? So this is referring to distant places. What places do you think it's referring to? Think of skies. What skies? Heaven. Good job, Caleb. And what's almost said it.
Hell.
Hell, right. And so skies and deeps, heaven and hell. On what wings dare he aspire? There it is again. He. Who's he? Right. And so most people assume that it refers to God, but there's still some uncertainty. When I was reading about Blake and other poets, and this poem in particular, like I said, most people assume it is referring to God. But nonetheless, he refers to the creator of the tiger, which all of us assume that's God. In what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? Does anyone know what sinews means?
Muscles.
Perfect. Yeah, right on. It's a piece of tough, fibrous tissue connecting bones or connecting bone to a muscle, like Ashton was saying. What the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp, dare its deadly terrors clasp? Now, in this stanza, the Creator is being compared to something, but that's one of your discussion questions, so I really want you all to discuss that and think about that. So I won't talk much about it, or at all. What the stars threw down their spears, or when the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? And so there's another allusion here. Does anyone want to take a guess on what it might be? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears.
Falling angels.
Falling angels. Yeah. The casting out of Satan. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? What is significant about the last stanza? What does it look like? What's it? The first one.
Yeah.
Good job. But really look at it. Do you all see any words that are different? Correct. So could frame, or what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? What immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? So could switches to dare.